Today we have an opposition with Venus sitting across the sky from Saturn, battling for our attention. So Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, the planet of finances, representing our desires, our desire for joy and pleasure and happiness in our life. And the other side of the coin is Saturn, right? Discipline, responsibility, restriction, challenges. And there we sit in the middle, facing that age-old struggle between desire for happiness and enjoyment and the necessity of being grounded and responsible in life. What do? We'll sit back, relax, and let's explore the cosmic energies. Together, we can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, of how to utilize this energy, and moving forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your daily focus for October the 10th, 2023. And remember, today the stars are aligning just for you. Let's dive into the numerology. We have the 10 energy. Whenever the 10 energy appears, we know that luck is on our side. The 10 energy is about knowing that we are starting to close chapters so that we can begin new paths in our life. We're going into a new season. We are, closing a chapter, preparing to write the new chapter of our life. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is the independent in each and every one of us, the trailblazer. Wanting to go forward, wanting to face that challenge because we know success is on the other side. We have a lot of confidence when we have the 1 energy on our side. If we look at the daily numerology, we would have a 1 plus a 1 plus a 7. That gives us a 9. We should always celebrate whenever we have kind of a 9 energy when we are going through a full moon kind of energy, because the 9 is about completion, endings, healing, but with purpose, to make space in your life, make room in your life for those new beginnings that you want to invite, for those dreams, those thoughts that you want to make into reality. Sun is in Libra, and the moon will move into Virgo at like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we should be all having the Virgo moon today. Venus is sitting opposite Saturn today. I guess that's the big news. Okay, so when we talk about oppositions, we're essentially discussing a cosmic tug-of-war, a tension, a contrast between two planetary energies. And it's our job to find the happy medium in our own personal lives by finding the middle ground between these energies. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, harmony, finances. It represents our desires for pleasures, for the joys in life, and bringing those things in. And on the other hand, we have Saturn, right? Known for discipline, restriction, responsibility, challenges. But that energy also drives us for our need for structure and practicality. Practicality. Being practical. So today would be a day to reflect on the tug and pull in your own path, where conflicts arise between the desire for happiness, for enjoyment, for fun, and the need for practicality, for structure, for discipline. So think about those moments. Think about those moments when you find yourself, between these two. Okay, maybe it's you want to go out, you want to go to a concert, but you also know that you have to pay the bills. And how do we do that? And do we do that? Do we do one or the other? What is the happy medium there? Okay, maybe it's an internal conflict that you're dealing with. You want to buy something, you've been eyeing it up for a while. Or you could save for the future. Maybe, the impulse purchases. Maybe you're prone to just, buying things. You're standing in line at the checkout counter and you're grabbing the gum and the chocolate bar and that little magazine. And a gift card. I could always use a gift card for so-and-so. And all of a sudden we're spending a lot more than we wanted to, right? So that cutting out those impulse purchases versus, paying off some debt. So you find the situations where Venus and Saturn oppose each other in your own path, and think about them and how you want to go forward. Have you been being responsible, and have you been allowing joy to come into your life? Both are important. Okay, in our relationships, Venus opposing Saturn could manifest as fear of rejection, a tendency to put up emotional barriers too easily, lingering on a sense of inadequacy within the relationship. Okay, it's like the pursuit of love and harmony meets that stern resistance of Saturn's demand for structure, for responsibility, for putting you as number one. Now, oppositions are not meant to be seen as roadblocks, but they're supposed to be seen as opportunities for growth and self-awareness. So it's like walking that tightrope, finding that delicate balance between Venus and Saturn's energy. It's our job to discover the happy medium in our lives, to navigate the middle ground. So today, as we reflect on the cosmic energies at play, we're asked to find a way in life to enjoy the pleasures that are offered to us, while also being very responsible and disciplined by not taking it to the extreme in either way. It's about making choices that harmonize our desires with our responsibilities, breaking free perhaps from an unhealthy attachment or perhaps an unhealthy habit. So it's here to serve as a reminder that we can learn, that we can evolve, that we can even thrive by finding that sweet spot between what we yearn for and what we need in our own personal growth and well-being. Remember that finding that true balance, that middle ground, is where we can also embrace the true harmony and fulfillment that we find. So, okay, let's go to the cards. And today we have, as our underlying energy, what do we have? Oh, look at that. The Justice card is out here. The 11 energy is out here to tell us that we need to cut away what no longer has value, to heal, to make a commitment to ourselves, to show up, to give it that commitment, focus, and attention, by walking with a sense of integrity, by taking a risk on ourselves and believing in ourselves, by meeting our obligations, our responsibilities, and yet finding that true joy coming in at the same time. Our first card is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card that says, yes, in order to go forward, you will probably have to leave things behind that you love. It may be people, it may be things, it might be the environment, it might be, just the energy of what you were in prior to. You have to move, right? You put in for that promotion. You were always working on the first floor. You've been there for 5 years. You've gotten to be family kind of in that first floor atmosphere. And now you got to move to the 5th floor. Right? So we may have to, but we'll still see them in the elevator. We'll still see them at staff parties. We can still have those bonds with a couple of people. But we have to leave that environment to go into our true happiness, our focus for our future. The young child or the young adult leaving home, right? Looking forward to no curfews and no time limit, timeouts, and nobody watching the door for what time you came home, and having that true independence and freedom and feeling liberated over, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to get my laundry done? How am I going to get to work? Kind of energy, right? So we know that some of the things that we lean on that give us comfort and security, we have to leave in order to go into the unknown, to go after our dreams, our goals, our desires, our wants. Our next card is the Ten of Swords is back. The Ten of Swords says you have been through the challenges. You have learned the lessons. Those swords are not within you, but they are behind you, and they are your wall of strength. They are your shield of honor. They are the strengths, the courage that you, the knowledge, the wisdom that you have gained through walking your paths in life. And yes, some of those paths can beat us up to the point where we actually feel this way. But this card is also a representation. Remember, it's not a 9 energy, it's a 10 energy. It says that we are done, right? We're going towards the new. So we talked about the 9 energy today, and we talked about the 10 energy today. And this is a beautiful representation of what happens, because when we do make space for those new beginnings, when we do face those challenges and walk through them, when we learn more about ourselves. That is when, and you may not feel it yet, but the sky is breaking up and the sun is starting to shine through. And pretty soon you're going to feel that light. You're going to feel that warmth. You're going to feel that protection. And you're going to push yourself up and you're going to dust yourself off and you are going to straighten your shoulders and you are going to walk forward again. Stronger and more capable than you were in the past. And then we have the World card. And the World card is essentially tying up those loose ends, knowing that there is a path going forward. It is the end of things. This is the true ending, right? Because it's the World card. So in tarot, it's the 21 energy. So then we go back to 0, the Fool, which is also considered the 22 energy. We're talking a lot about the master numbers today, aren't we? We've got 11 thrown in there. We got the 22 energy thrown in here. And the 21 is the true completion of things, of finally ending things. And this card is so paramount, and it's the end card telling us that we really have to look at this going, not just today, but over the next several days when it's the end card. Because we want to put the completion on things. We want to put the endings on things. We do not want to take this energy forward. Why? Because this is the final full moon before eclipse season, before that solar eclipse happens. And we are in the new solar eclipse energy. So it's going to be taking us down a path for the next 2.5 years of this energy. So our focus will be changing. Our energy will be changing. And we do not want the things from the energy that we have been focusing on to remain, to linger, to weigh us down, to show up when we have better things to do with our time, our energy, our resources. Calling us out and saying, hey, you forgot about me. I still need attention. And pulling us backwards when we want to go forward in such a dynamic way. Okay, let's get... an oracle card. They don't want to be shuffled. They say just draw a card already. So I will. And it is higher ground, the 20 energy, turning points. The higher energy is here today. I'm going to hold that up because the artist is so dynamic of just hiding images within the images here. And we'll pull it up in the book to see what they have to say about it. The energy they want us to be aware of when they designed this card for us. Created, invented, moved your thoughts, emotions, and outlook to a new perspective. Take an overview of what is going on. Just through shifting through your perspective, you will see the whole situation in a clearer light. A different course may become apparent. You may be able to focus on what is most important to you now. Make a conscious effort to get above the situation. If there is nothing pressing in your life at the moment, consider that something that may be unresolved from the past. Use the same idea of climbing above it with the intention of looking down and putting healing towards it. Once you achieve the higher ground perspective, you may find yourself filled with peace. A beautiful outcome. And so with oppositions, essentially what a great idea is to get above the situation and look down and see it from a new perspective. To understand where we might have spent over an indulgence, or we just had to have that thing and now it's kind of just sitting there staring at us because we were just, impractical at the time. But also we don't want to be, someone who, lives a paltry life and has tons of money in the bank, because that's not bringing you happiness either. That's not bringing you any joy. So we can be too frugal. We can forget to celebrate ourselves once in a while, but we can't be celebrating ourselves all the time when it comes to our finances and stuff. Okay, So get on the higher ground. See where you do those things. See where you trip yourself up. See where you maybe need to enforce new behaviors, new habits. Okay? Oftentimes it's like Saturn comes in and he's like, he's the father. So what happens is when we're growing up, we never would have done our homework if our parents weren't yelling at us to do our homework, or cleaning our room, or doing the dishes out, or clearing the table, or, changing our clothes for that matter, taking a shower, whatever it might have been. Okay, if we didn't have our parents' discipline, why did we clean our room? Because we knew we couldn't have any fun until we did clean our room. And so Saturn comes around to remind us to, hey, did you clean your room yet? Because you're having a lot of fun. So it's time to clean the room. You can have fun later, after you clean the room. And disciplining ourselves, just that much, just a little bit at a time. And if we did that every time Saturn came into our lives, we'd be strong, disciplined people with a lot of abundance in our life because of it. Because Saturn is only trying to guide us in a harmonious way, just like our parents were. Okay, we have the humpback, the singer. The singer appears. You'll be able to make that out. Let's switch the card around so my fingers are up there. Come in like that. Did that help? Yep. Sing healing songs for the world. Your own inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you and keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal unless you allow it to, okay? So sometimes we have to grow the belief in ourselves. Sometimes we have to discipline ourselves so that we are prepared for the new opportunity that comes our way. So that when that job across town comes up and it's perfect and it meets every one of our things on our checklist for the ultimate perfect job for us, we don't sit there and go, but I can't afford to get there. I don't have the right clothes, or, I don't live in the right neighborhood, or I have to deal with this right now because this has got my focus and I can't jump over there and do that and be here for this problem at the same time. So it's about being disciplined in our lives so that we are clearing the way, making sure that there is room for those new beginnings to come in and that we can step into those new beginnings when they arrive. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.